So I'm going to work on some more film review of that fourth quarter. I may even include a play or two from Quickley's first stint in the game during the first half, and I'm gonna probably try to release that as quickly as possible. No pun intended. Damn, I wasn't trying to do something like that. Hey, what's going on? Quis here from Sports Vibes TV, and I just want to talk about that game last night between the New York Knicks and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I thought I was going to have to come on here and tell you guys that the Knicks lost to the Cleveland Cavaliers Summer League team, but luckily Tibbs is getting it together, and he figured out that we got a counter with our Summer League team. So we saw IQ out there, Immanuel Quickley, RJ Barrett, Kevin Knox, Obi, and Mitchell Robinson. We saw those five out there. We saw what is essentially our core out there, and they look great. They were able to erase the deficit. We ended up going on, a 19-2 run, and we ended up winning the game. And the fact that those five players are the same players that finished the game this is amazing, because now I have something to look forward to this season, because the second game I was looking forward to seeing Julius Randle spinning into double teams. And this time he tried to up himself. He did a spin move into a triple team. And I'm sitting there like, wow, Frazier really just gonna have to point that out to everybody? Like, we see it, bro. You ain't got to say it. We understand. Like, it was ridiculous. And it was like they pulled him out the game at that point. And that's when they really went with the young roster. And that we were able to ride that youth and athleticism and win the game. And it was ironic because maybe 3 or 4 hours before the game started, I dropped a video detailing why Tibbs needs to give Immanuel Quickley more minutes. If you haven't checked it out already, I'll link it up above for you. I'll make it easy for you. And pretty much we saw the effects of Immanuel Quickley on the floor in his first stint when he played right before halftime. And we saw it even more. It was magnified when he played a large portion of the fourth quarter, and pretty much he helped engineered that comeback. Yes, he didn't have a good shooting game. He wasn't too efficient from the field, but one, he's a rookie. You're going to expect those rookie mistakes. But also, two, in that same analysis video where I broke down the film, I spoke about how Quickley affects the game outside of his scoring. And that's something we haven't had on this team in a while. Players that can affect the team or affect other defenses without having the ball in their hand. And you saw both of it. You saw good floor spacing because Quickley was somebody that they had to respect. And you also saw him as a facilitator. And you saw that the Cavaliers had to stop that bummy 2-3 zone because, one, they had to fear Quickley. And the fact that they had to fear Quickley was able to find Kevin Knox on, I think, 2 occasions wide open. And he was able to knock both of those shots down. So now he was able to get into a rhythm offensively, and the Cleveland Cavaliers had to adjust. They couldn't play that 2-3 zone now because they couldn't keep giving Kevin Knox open shots. He made them respect his jump shot, and that was a benefit of Quickley being on the court because it was able to give him those open looks. And that's what I'm saying about Quickley. He needs to be on the floor more often. He may even need to start. Based on what I saw in that fourth quarter, I won't complain if he's the starter. I know for a fact it shouldn't be Peyton. And DSJ, I don't want to say, too many negative things about DSJ, because if you were looking at the game, I don't want to say it just seems like he's not enjoying playing basketball right now. If you saw how he was reacting to some of his bad plays and some of those terrible turnovers, it just doesn't seem like he's too happy. So I don't want to keep harping on, some of the negative things he did in that game. So I'll just talk about some of the positives. He was very good defensively. He had a bunch of deflections and steals, but I don't want him starting. So I don't want Peyton. I don't want DSJ. And Frank injured again. He hasn't shown us much to say he should be the starter. So there's nobody on the roster that I say you should put over Immanuel Quickley at this point. He should be starting his 4th preseason game just to see how he can work, starting the game on the court. We've seen him be a spark plug to coming off the bench. But now, before the season actually starts in the preseason, let's see what he can do as the starter. And I don't care if Randall gets upset. You need to move Randall and make him come off the bench so he can do all that nonsense when he's playing with the backups. If you want to play the older veterans as backups to give the young guys a break, and then they can do all that, craziness and turn the ball over. And Bullock, they put Bullock in the game and he's missing every wide open three. If they want to do that nonsense, let them do that with the second unit. If because you're paying Randall, you got to play him with the second unit. Put Obi in the starting lineup. Let him be able to feed off of Immanuel Quickley. Put Mitch in the starting line. Yeah, put Mitch in the starting lineup. I had to think about it twice. Put Mitch in the starting lineup because he feeds off of Quickley as well. And you also saw Mitchell Robinson foul a lot, but you also saw him affect the game defensively. So if we have Immanuel Quickley affecting the game offensively the way he is, and then you have Mitchell Robinson affecting the game defensively, this was the result, a 19-2 run. Because yes, Mitchell Robinson was doing them boneheaded fouls, but he was getting blocks, deflections, tying up players for jump balls. And we also saw RJ thrive, both as a facilitator because of the driving lanes that were created by Quickley, and we also saw him score and be able to take the ball to the basket efficiently. So I'm going to work on some more film review of that fourth quarter. I may even include a play or two from Quickley's first stint in the game during the first half, and I'm gonna probably try to release that as quickly as possible. No pun intended. Damn, I wasn't trying to do something like that. That wasn't even on purpose. But I'm going to try to get that to you guys soon. I'm going to work on it. And I want to know what you guys think about Quickley. Do you think he should be a starter? Do you think he should enter the season starting? Or do you think we should just see what he can provide to us in the preseason for the fourth game and see if it was just a flash in the pan? But honestly, based off what we saw in game 2 and game 3, I think he legitimately deserves a shot to compete for the starting point guard spot at least. All right. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. All right. Once again, I'm Quis, host of Sports Vibes TV, and I'm out.
All my stress.